sure you're looking forward with anticipation to the Advent season once again, as we are. You know, it's a great time to be with family and friends, of course, good food, but also, I think, reflect on the deeper values of our faith. You know, the Advent season is all about anticipation and expectation, isn't it? It's so often God's gifts to us do not come packaged as we expect them. They come quite differently. Even the first Christmas was like this, wasn't it? It had been 400 years since God had visited His people, and yet when He came, it was not what they expected. The Jewish people were looking for a strong man, a Messiah, someone who would deliver them from the Romans. And yet here He comes as a small, helpless baby. We know the end of the story, so for us it makes perfect sense. But at the time, they did not know this. And I wonder how many times in our lives we're praying for answers, and God provides us in gifts that come in packages that we're not expecting. Something completely different than we anticipated. So much so, just like the first Christmas, we don't sometimes even recognize that it's the solution, it's the answer that He's providing for us. Yet in His goodness and His wisdom, He has an ultimate plan, a good plan for us, even though at the moment we can't often see it. We don't know what you've been facing in the last year or what answers you're still looking and anticipating from the Lord. But we know that He is faithful and He desires the best for each of us. And even though the packages that He often sends as gifts to us do not match our own expectations, we can trust in Him knowing that He does all things well. So whatever 2023 has in store for us, we know that He guides our lives and He will make sense of our story. Just like as we look back 2,000 years and the Christmas story makes a lot of sense. It's pretty obvious, we would think. But at the time it wasn't. And I wonder how much that's our story. It doesn't make sense at the time. But one day with enough perspective, we know that will make sense. One day your story will make sense. Nancy and I wish you a very meaningful Christmas, and in spite of all the uncertainty and the turmoil in the world today, may you experience the peace that only He can bring.